It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Let's subscribe before we get started. What do you say? Go ahead. I'll wait for you. Little subscribe button in there. And I'll pop the bell, hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified when I put more out. Now, I know I'm going to get a comment from somebody that's never been here before saying, do your begging at the end of the video, right? My video. I'll do it my way. Thank you. Today's video is on 8 episodes of the Andy Griffith Show that dabbled with the supernatural. I know you can think of one, but here comes 8. Here we go. Mayberry is quite the kind of town where community parade or fishing mishap makes the front page of the newspaper. Peaceful place to raise a family. Heck, there are only 2 police officers. That being said, even the all-American Andy Griffith Show did dabble with the supernatural and superstition from time to time. And here we go with 8 episodes of just that. Number 1 would be the haunted house. Where else should we begin? Cobwebs, moving eyeballs, and paintings, and floating hatchets. The haunted house is the closest the Andy Griffith Show ever came to horror. Comedy horror. This Halloween tale would go on to heavily inspire the Don Knotts motion picture, The Ghost of Mr. Chicken, which featured not only a similar plot, but many familiar Mayberry faces. 3 wishes for Opie. The seance scene is perhaps the darkest moment in the Happy-Go-Lucky series, literally. Looking how dimly lit the moment is, Barney attempts to reach the spirit of Count Esteban de Telecki, a nobleman from Transylvania, you know, like Dracula. Goober seems rather spooked by the mystic arts. Sure is dark in here, the cowering Floyd the Barber notes. Reminds me of when he brought out the Ouija board at slumber parties. The Jinx. No surprise that Barney is the most superstitious fellow in Mayberry. Some of his biggest laughs come from this old-fashioned beliefs. This episode, we see the deputy read from a dusty volume titled Signs, Omens, Portents, and Charms to Ward Off Bad Luck. It's a book of spells from his grandmother, which means Fife had a little witchery in his blood. That's why he chants goofy incantations like Sam's at the gate with a frosted cake, fly away buzzard, fly away crow, way down south where the winds don't blow, and winkum, blinkum, anonymous Rex. He also rubs Opie's head for luck. Back to nature. What's a campfire without a solid ghost story? Sheriff Andy tells a whopper. Bug-eyed Barney and Gomer shiver more than the kids. In Andy's spooky tale, a man gets a golden arm after losing his appendage to a bear. Upon his death, bandits steal his golden arm, cursing him to wander the woods, moaning, "Where is my golden arm?" Darling baby. If anyone is more superstitious than old Barn, it's the Darling clan. Here Andy uses witchcraft, well, Opie's disappearing ink, to scare the heck out of the hillbillies. Ebum, shubum, 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 Sheriff mutters in his best mumbo-jumbo. You got witchery in your house, Briscoe hollers before shooing away his brood. A warning from Warren. Once Barney bolted at the end of season 5, a new deputy took over. Warren carried many of the same superstitions. In a warning from Warren, he even claims to have powers of ESP. Extra sensitive perception, his predecessor would say. A sinister vision comes to Warren. Andy and Helen are doomed for a dark outing at the lake. Of course, their goofball ends up causing the havoc. The lucky letter. You call it superstition, Barney corrects his boss. I call it caution. Barney is convinced ill fate will befall him if he does not respond to a chain letter. Barney trashes the letter, which leads to a series of misfortune. Bumps his head, cuts himself shaving, gets his foot run over by a truck. You're on my foot, you're on my foot! And nicks himself shaving. Don't mess with the power of the chain letter. The cow thief. Okay, this is kind of a stretch, as it illustrates how gullible Barney is for all things supernatural. You would certainly be into Googling skinwalkers and aliens today. In a way, both cryptids and abduction play into this plot. Cow mysteriously disappears with only human footprints left as evidence. The final scene, we see the prints of some kind of Bigfoot beast. Turns out, as we quickly learn, it's just a cow with boots. And Opie with an elephant foot. This plot also foreshadows how Ernest T. Bass tricks townspeople in Return to Mayberry when he makes the monster footprints with plaster. There you go. I'm sorry I did all the chanting and stuff, but that's fun for me. Hope it was fun for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Head on over there and yes, subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless. I'll be praying for you.